Hi everybody, today I will show you how I did my crow and my little pumpkin. First I will cast on my machine, starting by the black needle, one in the front, one in the back for the first row with black yarn. Put that in the yarn feeder, close it, and I will crank 13 row. And if you decide to do the tail, you will need 5 times 13 rows. If you're not doing the tail, you will end up just with 13 rows. Okay? I will repeat the numbers during the video, so don't worry, and it's also right on the screen. So time to remove the work. You cut the yarn, open the yarn feeder, close it, very important. Crank it for 360. Stop when you get your black needle up. And then with the wool needle, you will pick up all the stitches one by one with your wool needle. This one was hard because the yarn was divided. Usually it doesn't go that way, so don't worry. I was struggling a little bit, but I don't mind to show it to you because I know we all struggle sometimes. So I pick up all the stitches one by one, and we'll put that aside after a big stretch. And remember, if you just do the wings, you only 2 times 13 rows, and if you do the tail, you will need 5 times 13 rows. So we'll stretch it a little bit and put that aside for now. So now it's time to cast on the body. So we'll cast on one in the front, one in the back for the first row, like I just did. Open the yarn feeder, close it, and this time I will need 50 rows. 50 rows. So I crank it, and the yellow, it's the stitch marker that I add every 10 rows. So I did the 50 rows. Time to cut the yarn, put that one there and on the other one. So no need to waste the yarn, I just need that. So I will crank it just like I did earlier. A full 360 to release all the stitches from the machine. If you don't release it, you won't be able to pick it up with your wool needle. So we'll continue like that. Take my time. Crank it a little bit more to release every stitches. Give it big stretch. Put that aside for now. It's time to do the bird feet. Oh la la, sometimes it's hard. So I did the cast on, and I will need not 15. I will need 13 rows. So now it's time to cast off. Open the yarn feeder, do a 360. Always close your yarn feeder door to be sure not to break any needle. So now it's time to pick up all the stitches to prevent drop stitch. If you skip one, you will see it at the end. Not always fun, but it's easy to fix. Don't worry if it's happened. So crank a little bit more to release it from the machine. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Put that aside. Now it's time to do the beak. The same thing. Cast on. Open the yarn feeder. Close it. And we need 8 rows. Sorry. 8 rows. When you reach the 8 rows, you open the yarn feeder. Crank it a full 360. Stop when you see the black needle get up. And then you grab all the stitches. Like this. And voila! Stretch it and put that aside for now. So we continue with the body. Remove the stitch marker. I got some to remove. Easy to remove with the loom hook. So time to close both ends of my tube. There, tighten it, and go on the other side. Same thing, you pull on the yarn like this. With the wool needle, you go around the middle, getting all the stitches you can, and then you pull to secure it and do a knot. With the thumbs and the index, you push on it. So like a hat, you will reach the middle on one side to the other side, and we'll attach those two yarn together like a hat. This part is easy. There, stretch, stretch, stretch. Oops, still one there. Sorry for that. Stretch. Very important to stretch. If you don't stretch enough, it's not good. So that's the beak. In French we say the bec. The bec. So I close both sides of the yellow. Closer, better. And as you could see in this video, I actually have two patterns. This crow at the beginning, and at the end I have a pumpkin as a bonus. Very easy to do pumpkin. So for the beak, you go and you create a V. You fold it tight. See, it looks like a V at the end. So time to sewing it together. Nothing fancy, just to keep it everything together. And there. Make sure you keep the shape, and then I will sew the top of it. When it's sewed together, attach those two tails together and hide it in it. And we'll cut the excess. Clack. There. Keep that for later. Put that aside. Now it's time for the wings preparation and the tail preparation. Like I said at the beginning, if you only make the tail, not the tail, the wings, you only need two. But if you decide to push a little bit further and be more artistic, you will do the tail, but it's optional. You don't have to. There. So the first black is prepared. Now I will go with the bird feet. Pull, close both ends like I did with the black pieces like 15 seconds ago. And voila. So those two are closed. Now it's time to attach those two yarn together, and that will create the feet. Double knot, go wrap around it. There, and do a double knot. Push your finger to hold the knot tight. And voila, your feet are done. Now, I will count all the V's, the rows, if you prefer, and I will stop at 15. 15 will be the place I will do the neck of my bird, on my little crow. There. So all I did is I pinch every two stitch like this. Every two stitch. Not pinch, but get with my wool needle. Sometimes I get stuck with words. Sorry for that. I know what pinch means, but for no reason I said pinch. Sorry for that. So put the stuffing for the head. And now, remove the little dust. Not the dust, but the fiber. Now it's time to attach it. You don't need to attach it too tight. If you go too tight, it won't look good. You have to have a shape. See? I could still see the stuffing when it's attached. So we'll go with my wool needle again. Grab every 2 stitch all around the border. There. The bottom of my bird. There. Grab 2, skip 1, grab 2, skip 1. There. Grab your stuffing, put it inside. There. A little bit more, not too much, because if you put too much you will see through, even it's a double layer project. I see some people that put so much in it to get like very hard, but you see through it. It doesn't look good at the end. Take your time, just put a little bit at a time to see the result. So time to hide those little tail of yarn. And for the neck, I will do just around it with the leftover yarn. I just redid the neck with the leftover yarn, and now I will hide it. There. So the body is done. I keep the little 2 tail on the top to do the hair. So now, you will not pick in the middle, you pick on each side of it. The middle, like where you close the tube. So grab it, go on the other side, do exact same thing with the other tail, and just bring it the 2 together and do a double knot, and voila, it's tough. There, hide the tail in the feet, double layer, and I will cut the excess at the end. Like this. Cut the excess, cut the excess. Feet are installed. Voila! Now, time for the beak. I just choose the middle. I follow the middle of my feet to find the middle for my bird. If you don't like the nose, you could just take a thicker yarn of yellow or orange or beige, whatever color you want, and just do a big V on it if you don't like the nose. The nose is optional. You always have the option to do it the way you like it. My pattern is only a suggestion. There, make sure you attach it well. Keep yourself very close of the beak all the time to make sure you don't have like yellow stitch on the black that is too visible. So now I do the knot, push it with my thumbs, and I did in the beak. Voila, the beak is done. Time to attach the wings. Wings, you go through the neck on one side like this, and grab the other wings. You go just on the side of the way you close it, not in the middle. So you have 2. Pick one to get in, one to get out, and the middle is in the middle. I don't know if it sounds weird, but the middle is in the middle. Okay, so Now it's time to attach those wings, so that way if you attach it on the neck, you are sure that they are on the same height each side. So the question is, with tail or no tail? Because it's already look cute like this. Let me know in the comment if you will do with the tail or with no tail. Just let me know. It's a question. So time to hide those little tail. I will hide it on the top of the head to make more hair. There. Cute like this. So with the tip of my wool needle, I will go and divide it. So I will end up with the twist of the yarn like this, and it will be more volume and will give a little personality to my crop. My little girl love it, anyways. I'm lucky. She loves everything I do for her. Lucky mommy. So that's the hair of the bird. Now, time to prepare those tail if you decide to install it. If you don't, you could still see it. It will probably help you for other project. So the thing I did is I rolled it very, very tight between my finger, and with the wool needle and the yarn, I will just close it very tight. So I will do the same thing for the three feathers or tail, not sure. So I will do the three like this. All three are prepared. So I will slightly put the middle a little bit higher. So I attach the two lower one first, like this, very tight. And then I will go pick the one in the middle. Oops. There, grab the middle one and then attach it with the two lower one. So we'll give a shape for the tail like this. There. So this part is optional. So we'll attach it like this. Sorry, the camera doesn't like the black yarn. Like, it's never, I don't know what to do with my camera for that. When it's dark color, it's very hard for the camera to get it. I'm very sorry for that. I put a lot of light already. I'm almost blind because of the light, but the camera doesn't like it. So I prepare the eyes. I use some felt because black on black is not like an option. You can't see the eyes, so I will cut around it. There. Those eyes I bought it on Amazon. It was 1 centimeter wide. They are like a button, easy to install, but only for 3 and up kids. So with the wool needle, I just put the flexible part in it. That's that's the reason I use those button eyes. My yarn was dividing. Sorry for that, but I keep that on the video. It doesn't matter. I'm sure it's already happened to one of you guys. So I use 30 centimeter tail of yarn when I do that, and I put my eyes in the middle. So we'll go and get the first tail on one side and grab the other tail, bring it to the neck, but on the other side. I keep like a centimeter apart. Why I do that? It's because I will set my eyes at the end. My eye, not eyes, eye. fix the eye. So I take one side of the tail and I will go and reach the first tail I get out in the in the neck. There. And with the second one I will go and reach the second one I put. So now it's time to pull on it to fix it the way I like it. When I will do just one knot on each side like this. Make sure I like it the way they are. If I have to make some adjustment, I still could. When I'm happy with that, I will go and do the double knot, last check, and hide it between the two layers or in the body. So that's the last knot. Secure and hide those tails. Project almost done. Like this. Cut the excess. And voila, you got your little crow is done. Now it's time to the second option of this video. I will show you how I did the little pumpkins. I do a little bit adjustment on the eye. Remove the dust and voila, it's done. Hope you enjoy it. So time to do the pumpkin now. We still continue with the ADDI Pro 22 needle. If you have the Sentro, it's the same. Time to cast on and off. On and off. One in the front, one in the back for the first row. Oh boy, need to sleep. So for this pumpkin, I didn't put any numbers. Cause the thing is with pumpkin, all pumpkin are different. So time to remove it. So cut the yarn, open the yarn feeder, crank it for 360, and then you remove all the stitches one by one with the wool needle like this. Like I said, all pumpkin are different. It's like human. We are all different and we are all beautiful. So if you go and make a pumpkin with 30 rows, will be different for sure with the pumpkin of 20 rows, but it still work. So more you add, more you have a different size of pumpkin. But I think this one was like 25 rows if you really need number of rows to do it. But like I said, you know, you're not gonna do a 200 row though. But for a small pumpkin, you could go with the number you want. So now to do the steam, not sure the name. I didn't check on the translator before I start. So I will just twist the yarn between my finger the same way the yarn already twist. And when I did like, I have like a 30 centimeter of yarn like this. See, it go like a spring. So when you don't have a thick yarn to do that, you go like this. Sorry for my finger, I did some tie-dye with like the little kids outside, so my finger are colorful today. So reach the middle, attach those two together. Very easy to do pumpkin. If you don't like this theme, just use a piece of wood or piece of leather, whatever you want. That look good. So it's there before I close it. Time to hide those tail of orange and I forgot to bring back the tail of yellow inside the steam. I'm not sure it's the steam, but sorry for that. So grab every 2 stitch like this. There. And then you reach the other tail. Time to put some filling in it. Don't put too much, because I was looking for a thin pumpkin, not too thick, so I didn't put a lot. There. The double knot are those tail inside. And then I will continue with different shape like this. You keep a tail of yarn on the bottom, so that way you go and pull on it like this. Go on the other side, bring back to the middle, very important, and pull. Already change the shape of your circle, and then come back in the middle, pull, 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 go back in the middle, and just notice that the seam is not folded, so I will go in the middle again to close it with my starting point of yarn. Got it? So you could choose to keep the pumpkin like this. It will be just cute, but the plan was to put that inside, so I will go with the needle, grab it and put it inside, hold it with my thumbs and finger. Voila, it will look like this. But I have this, I don't like I don't like that it appear on the other side, so we will cheat and just with the tip of the needle grab it like this. There, pull on it, pull there. No green to be seen on the bottom anymore. Do a double knot. I did. Wish you enjoyed this little video. Wish you a great Halloween. Be safe. Don't pass Halloween when it's too dark. So enjoy. So see you next week for a new video. Ciao, ciao. And don't forget to subscribe and put a little thumbs up. It's always good for the channel if you put the thumbs up.